Watching a competitive game where every play is scrutinized in detail and then something unexpected happens that leaves you wondering what actually happened on the court is an imagined scenario. Today, we'll examine a specific instance in which Caitlin Clark, a rising star in women's basketball, went beyond due to an unforeseen circumstance or an error in her attire. You will be engrossed in a detailed narrative that explores the technical reasons behind the disaster, the actual events, and the responses of the media and fans from the very first moment of the movie. Every detail counts, so make sure to pay special attention to the final finish. The final conversation will conclude the story and offer insightful perspectives on the public's expectations of athletes. Caitlin Clark has always been seen as a representation of skill and tenacity, due to her strong play and leadership on the court. Even the best prepared and dedicated athletes experience moments when things do not go as planned. In today's film, we relive one such instance from a high-stakes game where her attire, fast movements, and lighting all contributed to an unintentional revelation that immediately attracted the attention of onlookers and pundits. We shall dissect the issue in detail, beginning with the setting of the arena, where hundreds of people were watching, and concluding with the exact moment when a change in her clothing exposed more than was anticipated. We aim to provide an honest look at what happens when live sports and fashion challenges combine, rather than sensationalizing the event. The incident happened during a nationally broadcast game in which cameras were recording every move. Caitlin had dressed in a way that was fashionable for public appearances and suitable for the performance. During a fast break, though, she briefly changed her strategy and ran down the court with determination and vigor. Several cameras captured a brief moment of her uniform's accidental exposure, which was extensively disseminated on social media. In our movie, we go into the technical elements that may have had a role in this incident, describing how quick motion, perspiration, and even the placement of the stadium lights can occasionally lead to an unexpected discovery. It is crucial to realize that even the best-laid plans could not always turn out as planned in situations when competition is fierce. We clarify that while sportswear is intended to be both comfortable and functional, it can occasionally perform strangely under really taxing physical circumstances. This study shows that the catastrophe was an unanticipated result of live sports rather than a conscious decision. The reaction was swift and diverse as soon as the pictures and brief videos started to go viral on the internet. While understanding that accidents happen to everyone, even the most gifted and committed athletes, many supporters offered their support for Caitlin. Others were eager to share their opinions, raising issues such as whether or not the technical details of clothing design and the demands made on female athletes should receive more attention. We fairly analyzed these responses in our film, including fan comments emphasizing that athletes are unique individuals whose personalities and careers are not shaped by a single incident. We also discussed the more critical points of view that have generated discussion around the necessity of properly designing uniforms and how manufacturers would have to take into account the difficult circumstances that athletes encounter during elite competition. A broader discussion is on the difficulties of keeping a professional image in athletics, where every moment is recorded and closely examined. Our movie examines both the incident itself and Caitlin Clark's reaction to it. In post-game interviews and on her social media pages, she handled the situation with poise and good humor, showcasing her professionalism and openness. Rather of feeling defensive or ashamed, she viewed the incident as a small setback in a performance that was generally excellent. The attention was diverted from the wardrobe malfunction to her amazing on-court abilities by her cool-headed and collected answer. We feature quotes from social media posts and interviews in which Caitlin discusses the occurrence and claims that it's just a part of the unpredictability of live sports. This realization is important because it demonstrates that what really distinguishes a professional athlete is their capacity to maintain composure under pressure, even in the most trying circumstances. The wider effects of such instances on the public's opinion of female athletes are also briefly covered in our film. Female athletes may be under a lot of strain in the modern world, when social media and never-ending criticism amplify every detail. We examine how situations like these might occasionally result in a focus on beauty rather than athletic ability, and we advocate for a more impartial perspective that recognizes the talent and commitment needed to compete at the top level. We want people to think about how a single incident shouldn't overshadow the years of dedication, preparation, and success that define an athlete's career through careful study and civil conversation. Caitlin Clark's story serves as a reminder that an athlete's overall ability and perseverance are what matter most, despite the fact that sports are unpredictable and that all athletes have vulnerable times. We consider the lessons we have learned from this episode as our video comes to a close. It reminds us that even the most well-known athletes might experience unanticipated events. The most important thing to learn is that failures, accidents, and even exposures are all a part of a bigger journey that involves both successes and failures. As a reminder that every highlight video and every game-changing performance is the result of one person conquering the same unforeseen obstacles as everyone else, we ask you to view this as a chance to appreciate the human aspect of sports. The episode ultimately shows how crucial grace, fortitude, and a sense of humor are in athletics, just as necessary as physical power and determination, even though many may have been taken off guard. We appreciate you taking the time to read our thorough analysis of Caitlin Clark's surprising clothing issue. If you think this video was interesting and thought-provoking, please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe for more that explore the true story behind sports headlines. With your help, we can keep providing you with frank, civil, and perceptive conversations that honor the struggles and triumphs of our favorite sportsmen. Have an open mind, enjoy every minute, on and off the court, and keep in mind that every interaction, planned or not, is a part of life's amazing adventure. Until the next time.